everybody. So today is Thursday, Thankful Thursday. Are you ready? So we are gonna get right into it. If you guys are here for a while, you know the drill. What we do is we pick 3 different rocks and I do gratitude about that. Sometimes there's a story if I had something happening around that. And I also invite you guys to do a gratitude with these words or different words if you want. You can do it in the comment section, or you can always write it down if you don't want to do it in public. But it is going to benefit you either way. So the first word, oh my God, harmony, harmony. I get all excited about all these words. Harmony. Oh. What makes me think of harmony the most, and I'm grateful, is my work life and my personal life. I don't think I felt it, this way for it to be integrated this much. So I was in 21 years in corporate world, you guys know, and I lost my job a year and a half ago, and I lost my marriage, all of that, and that's where slowly all of this started. And when I was going through the storm, of course, I didn't know that God was preparing me for this time so that I understand the pain that other people go through in this situation. Because I tell you guys, if you are, sorry about moving the tripod, if you have never been through divorce, I don't know how I can relate it with something. It's almost like losing a person, like when somebody dies. Maybe death is more, but in some way it's like that, because you are mourning the person that you spend so much time with. They're not the same person, or at least you think they're not, also at the same time, the life that you have planned together is shattered, right? So you mourn that too. So it's very deep, very intense, but we won't get too diverted there because our episode today is gratitude. So anyway, long story short, after all of that, when last night's video I talked about don't live in step 2, there is a 4th step, and step 4 is awakening. If you're interested, watch that video from Wednesday night, Wisdom Wednesday. It was a long one, but very, very important information in there, including data and stuff like that. A lot of research went behind that. So now, I'm so grateful that the life that I live feels really harmonious. And sometimes things have to be fully shaken in our life before it falls into places, the right places. And I think that's what happened in my case. Anyway, so I'm grateful. When it happened, I'll tell you, I was not grateful because it was not easy, but now I am. Second word, let's see. And a lot of time they kind of tie together. I don't know how, but they do. Love. Oh my God, it does. I tell you guys, it does. So love, right? So love doesn't necessarily mean, our normal thinking about love is, okay, something that you get from others. But love, a lot of time, it is about self-love, right? So when your own cup is full, you have the self-love, then you are more, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So then you'll be able to give love. And the best way to explain, I think, it is mother's love, and you can say father's love too, is unconditional love, right? So moms would do things without expecting anything in return. And at least I am, in my case, I'm so grateful for that. My mom, she's like, she lives in India. I barely, I almost don't see her. I talk to her on the phone, but I feel the love, guys. I feel the love. She is, I didn't realize until, a lot later in my life, in my 40s, I think I always knew she loves me the way she does, but her resilience and all of that, it that is what made me so resilient. I didn't realize. Um, the longer stories for another day. In my early days, I used to share those stories a lot. 2024 videos on my daily journaling. Speaking of that, I do miss those, so I'm gonna start. I have a playlist. I call it Coffee Lounge. I'm gonna start there soon, and those won't be any like it won't have a rhythm. Sometime it could be once a week, sometime multiple times a week. Sometime I not show up to 3 weeks because there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time. I do miss those because I feel like I really connected with you guys in a very unstructured way. These are also like unscripted, as you guys know, but I do these things in a certain way to really help people to a specific situations, like when they're going through those difficulties, so that it becomes their, hopefully it becomes your part of rhythm if you're new here, because that is how you can get to the end of the tunnel when the light is so bright. You may have heard, they say God is love. And the other day I was listening to a video there that said, God is light. God is light. And that made me think, like, God is the light at the end of the tunnel. And for you, it could mean the universe, it could mean higher power, whatever resonates with you. God is there at the end of the tunnel. So you got to keep going. You got to keep going. God wants you to get there. And I used to say that when I saw the light, it's the brightest ever I have seen, right? And I know a lot of these are metaphorical, but to me, I'm like, that is why it is so bright. That is why I haven't seen the light so bright before. I know I kind of get emotional about this. It's so deep, so deep, and sometimes you can't find words to explain it. So my friends, if you guys are going through the journey, keep going, keep going. Do some gratitude practice. That's where I started. If you have seen my video, I have the 2024 videos at the back. Even sometime I do it there. It's upstairs. You'll see the colorful post-its. They're the gratitude cards I wrote down every single day last January, starting January 1st. And when life was, I don't want to use the word terrible. I don't know. It was worse than terrible. But there is God. There is God waiting at the end of the tunnel. Keep walking. You're gonna see God. Okay, so that was love. And that love, when you get from God, you won't need any more love. You will be so full. You don't be looking for another person because you're whole, you're complete. And now, if you go for another relationship and all of that, that's okay, but you are not going out of the necessity of getting love from them. Your cup is overflowing, so you are sharing it with them. That's the concept, right? Okay, so now the last word. Let's see what comes up. Okay, this is what's coming up. Remember. Okay, this ties very well together too. Remember. And this is very important too. So I hope, and this one I say remember, that I remember where this, I'm grateful that I still do, but I hope and pray that I remember where this deepest desire of helping people going through the pain and suffering of divorce and job loss, where I came from, that emotion, that feeling that I felt, that I remember that, right? Because I remember that was necessary for me to really help other people. Because I said it several times, that when I was going through, I would wake up in the morning and there's this intense pain, but I was like, where's the pain? But it's nowhere in my body. It's only in my mind. It's the emotion. So if you're going through that journey, I know how it is, but trust me, it gets better. It gets better. At the time, I didn't know how or when it will get better, but I kept showing up every single day. I did the YouTube journaling, and I started with paper journaling, and I was not continuing. And then for some reason, I was like, if I do it publicly, I knew that I'm going to continue, and it did, because a lot of time, there's a statistics also that if you say that to your 5 friends that I'm going to go to the gym, chances of you going to the gym is a lot higher than you just think about it and you don't, right? So when you do a public commitment, if that goes with your New Year's resolution, you do a public commitment, you do it more. So that's how I started my journey, and then life is beautiful now, and I'm so grateful, so grateful. So harmony, this in my case, I love that it's a harmonious life now. Love, I feel God's love, I feel my mom's love, my daughter's love, and I'm grateful for that. And most importantly, self-love, that is so important. So I have this gratitude journal that I created. You guys know that in 90 days it takes you from shame, guilt, unforgiveness, hard to let go from that place. Slowly it takes you to the self-love, peace, and joy. Yeah, it was not overnight. It took almost a year to get through that, and then remember, and I'm grateful that I still remember the experience I shared with you guys, and thank you, all of you, for coming back and watching these videos and being kind to me. It means a lot, and I'm grateful for all of you guys. So after this ends, I don't know, it probably would go for another 4 or 5 weeks. I might do for variation even before. So this is what I was talking about in last week's video. I don't know if you guys saw it. So what I do is throughout the week, when I'm grateful about something, I write it down, and then I put it in this jar. And at one point, I was thinking, when this finishes, then I'll pick it up. I know some of it I might not even remember what it was about, but that'll be fun to do, because our mind, we want variation. So that's how I came up with this. So I'm gonna put this stuff, and then sometime I'll pick cards from there, 3 of them, and then do it. So you guys can do it too, and if you have other ideas, please let me know in the comment section. So it was fun, and I hope to do one coffee lounge video before end of next week. I'll see when I do it. It's just grab your coffee and chit chat, and someday I do plan on going live in there when life settles down a little more. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I hope you guys enjoy. And 4th of July, so 4th of July, make sure you enjoy, and if you're by yourself, make sure you go out, because when you are going through divorce recovery or job loss, you do not want to be alone. And if you don't have any friends, go to a coffee shop, drink coffee, and read a book, say hi to somebody, smile, and you can even say hi to the barista. You can smile, make eye contact with people, all of those matters. Go to a library, go to Barnes and Nobles, go to a grocery store, whatever. Don't stay home alone. This is part of your recovery and healing. Trust me, I went through that path. I know what I'm telling you. It works. Trust me. Okay, so happy 4th of July, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye. Take care.